All right. So today is April 9th. Last recap I did was April 3rd. And I think I said on April 3rd we were going to close this gap and then we would sell off. Um, yeah. And then, of course, what happened? It's literally what happened. Like we rallied to this gap here and then had this big sell off. And the reason why, what I saw at the time was we had a first, I think I mentioned we had a big first leg, a pullback to this gap, and then had the second leg down, and then we had this. I did want to do a recap on this day. Excuse me. I did want to do a recap on this day, which was, I believe that was April 4th. No, but yeah, I wanted to do a recap on this day, but never got around to it. I did mark this level where we sold off from, but I removed all those levels. Where I have an orange line, that's an open gap. So price is yet to fill this gap, and that's where we're headed to right now. Um, yeah, so basically, we just to kind of have a bit of context, what's been going on. So we've been in a bull trend. Oh, yeah, excuse me, I just put this on. For some reason, NinjaTrader resets a lot of my charts, and I'm not really sure. Maybe I've run out of space, and we want a moving average there. Actually, do you know what? This is easier if I do this. Load template, and we have blue tick. There we go. Blue tick version 2. There we go. All right. So we don't want this here off. That's going to take some time. Well, anyway, while it's loading up, um, we've been on a bull trend and we're closing gaps, right? Um, we have a wedge. We had uh, a higher high major trend reversal, right? So this is the last swing high, next swing high, and then we have this, which is a wedge because we have a wedge top here and a double top, and then we're coming down. Normally, when you have that, we're coming to close all these gaps, and eventually we came down here. And this is now the trading range, right? So you can imagine. Okay, I don't have the drawing tile. I should probably just put it in. Drawing tile. Where are you? There we go. And then on there, we just load the template. Load. I should have all these things set up. All right. So you can imagine now this is a trading range, right? This whole area. Or in fact, let's just say here. But this was we're still in a bull trend because this is the last major swing high, or this, because we made a new high on here. So as long as this level is intact, we're still in a bull trend. Right now, we're going to try and get back up here. I think we're going to test this gap here before the market decides whether it wants to go up or it wants to go down. But here's a wedge. The bulls still have a lot of strength, and therefore I reckon we're still gonna at least try and get back up here. We might even get above it before we come back down and test this low, and then maybe ultimately come down to this level. Right? Because remember, oh yeah, this is the other thing. I remember we talked about this in the last recap. I said we had a triangle on April, and I said the market is going to come back and test the apex of this triangle round about here, and that's literally what's happened. So it's the same thing that's happened here. We had a triangle here. We had a false break or a fake break, as I call it sometimes. We formed another triangle here, and you know that when the market pulls back like this, it's going to come back and test it. You got a lot of selling there. In fact, I had a long setup from down here all the way here. We're going to talk about that in a second. And literally, we have tested this trend line. Here we have an overshoot. One of my best setups, or my favorite setups, is this. Whenever you have an overshoot of a channel, the market goes back to test the other side of the channel. And that's literally what we've done. Other things, again, that's happened. We had a 50% pullback here. And that's actually the really cool thing about it. I was talking to someone about this today, why this happens. Or at least, let me not say why, but it's pretty awesome. So you have 50%, and essentially what's happening at this price here is whoever's sold here, right, or whoever's sold down here sold 50%, and whoever's bought over here has bought down here and is getting out at 50%. So the market is agreeing on price over here. They tried to break out for the second leg up here, and it failed. And then now we went down and we closed this gap over here. Today was pretty cool. I took a sell below bar 1, and the reason why I did that was I was betting on a failed breakout of this triangle. So I knew that this triangle is a magnet, so I took it down to this level over here. Got out below bar 7. I had to go off and do some family chores. But selling below bar 1, essentially, if we were going to break out, the bulls should not have allowed bar 1 close like this. A big gap up above the moving average. And then bar 2, I remember I was actually, when I sold this, I put my stop above it. And I wanted to see what bar 2 would be like if we were going to get a big, massive bull bar. And the reason why was because on NQ, excuse me. Sorry about the distraction. But anyway, so where was I? Yeah, I can't remember. Oh yeah, NQ. So, oh my goodness, where was I? Yeah, so NQ. Yeah, so I think I was saying how when I was looking at if I was trading MNQ, when I was looking at the MNQ chart, we had this wedge form. I took it short here as a double top. This bull bar really concerned me, only just because I just thought we're probably going to find more buyers below this price, which we did. I just thought, okay, fine, if we do this, we're probably going to try and test this high. I'll probably start a trend. At least that's what the bulls wanted. They actually got their bar triggered, even though it has a tail. Not a really good buy from this bar here. So, but then ES was already selling off. So anyway, sold here, took profits here, had to go off to do some family chores, and of course I got back when the micro wedge had formed. I wasn't too sure whether I caught a bit of FOMO, sold it. This went up, so I got out and went long, and then got out here. Decided to go long again. When I saw this bar, I imagined this was a bull channel, in which case, I mean, I was looking at this chart when I saw that. I saw it as this. And this is the problem when you're looking at one chart and using that to make another chart, make decisions on another chart. I saw it as this. So I thought, oh, we're going to go high, and this is just a bear trap. I ignored the fact that the bar had closed below the moving average. This was a bear surprise. We're going to get a second leg. In fact, I've actually drawn all the lines here. So I was still long here, bought a few contracts, took profits here because we're going to close this gap, went for a second leg, and now I was looking at the 15-minute time frame when this was happening, and the 15-minute, we had a test. I didn't have this line here when I was trading. This is the 20 ME on the 15-minute chart. So this is a bear surprise on the 15. So just thought maybe just put this up to show the 15. I don't normally like to switch, but as you can see, it was a bear surprise on the 15. So strong, we'll probably get a second leg, and we did. And that second leg did not have a good close. As you can see, even here, it didn't have a good close. The test of this low didn't have a great close. On the 5-minute, I don't generally like looking at other time frames, but when we got here, I was saying in our Discord that the fact that bar 55 closed with a bear bar means that it will probably get tested. Even if we go up, we're probably going to come back and test it. And therefore, it tells you that its low will probably be tested. And that's what happened here. Although we started to form an endless pullback, we had a micro wedge here. One leg up, second leg up. So 1, 2, 3. So this in itself is another wedge bottom. And it's a bigger wedge bottom. You can call it a nested wedge within this big wedge. An overshoot. And I think I should have seen that. I thought this was the overshoot, but this is the overshoot. This is an overshoot with a bull bar. Not the greatest bull bar, but the breakout was amazing. I stopped trading at this point. I stopped trading over here because I thought, okay, this is a scalping market here. We're probably going to try and test this. My stop was up here, was down here. And the reason why I put a stop here was only just because this is the breakout. This is where the move started. The bears need to take this low out for them to have any chance of testing the low, in my opinion. The fact that we have a gap between bar 8 and this high, bears will try everything in their power here. However, the bulls, if they want to go higher, they will protect this level. So it's made sense to put a stop here, going long here. My initial target was here, which is the top of this sell bar. And as you can see, that's exactly where everyone took profits. I was saying in Discord that the market needs to get above bar 10 um, because this is really the last swing high for this. And they need ultimately to get to high of day. And you can see they had a really good attempt of it. So I think we're going a lot higher. What was the other thing? No, I'm not sure why this is showing up here because that was on. That's the channel on. Okay, maybe I copied it. Oh yeah. Yeah. So this is a typical wedge. The price action is pretty straightforward, even on the higher time frame. You can see what the market is trying to do. This is a very typical trading range price action. So we're going to get 2 legs down and 2 legs up. So 2 legs down, 1 pullback, 2 double bottom, 1 pullback. Probably this will be where we'll pull back, right? 2 to get back to the highs. So that's what I anticipate. What else again? So yeah, so this is a bull trap, a major bull surprise. I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I did say in the Discord that this was a trap, and therefore I was going to go long. And the reason why is it's a higher low major trend reversal. Looking at this high time frame, it doesn't look like that, but that's exactly what it is. It's also a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 reversals, similar to this. So if the bears are serious, they will sell this level and they will try and bring prices down to test this level. If anything, fill up this gap to catch these bears. We still have a gap open here between this and here. At least this swing level, there's a gap. This gap is closed. This is a lot of selling, but it's still a lot of buying for a major trend reversal. We get this price action a lot. I mean, this itself is literally the same thing as this. Right, so 100K. What's happening? So we have, 100,000. So we have a bull channel. So where's the first one? This is the first breakout, pullback. So this is the first high. This is the next breakout. This is the next breakout. We have a gap here. Another gap. I don't know why my levels aren't showing. Okay. So we join these highs. All right. And then we join the lows. So this is the first low. So you can see this is first breakout, pullback, second breakout, pullback. So I think we are still going higher. This is a big flag, so we might still go a lot higher because you can see we went sideways here, breakout, 3 pushes, 1 pullback, 2 pullback, 3. I don't know. Maybe we've not done the third, but this is the first push, pullback, second push, pullback, third push. Or maybe I'm trying to say 1 pullback, 2, because this is the first time I went sideways, second time I went sideways. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, on a high time frame, things look very different. I mean, obviously, if you look at the weekly chart, let's see. Let's pull up a weekly chart. MES, and then 1 week. So on the weekly chart, yeah. So this is the first breakout, first pullback. We don't really have. This is the second pullback. Yeah. So we're expecting I think we're going to get a third. I think we're still going higher. But I think this, and you can tell because last week produced a bear bar, but it had a tail. This is producing, I mean, what's today is Tuesday. I don't know. I reckon this is going to be a bull bar. I reckon we're going to test. I mean, we've closed this gap. We have to get to this close. And remember my gap over here. This isn't that much of a surprise compared to this. And look at what we did. However, this bear bar is following a series of strong bull bars. This is another breakout. 1, 2, 3. So I don't know. One could argue that this might come back down 2 legs. So maybe we might find some sellers come back down. Typically, we'll try and test this level here, this bear bar. Otherwise, we'll come back all the way down here. If we come back all the way down here, then the upside is very limited, in my opinion. I think we'll go sideways for quite a bit, for a few weeks. There's a gap over here. between this high and where price is. I would look at that on the monthly chart. Monthly, while that's loading, I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, so that's my recap so far. Typical trading range, but I look at it as a bull trend and a double reversal. So I'm still trying to create the chart, but this is what I'm titling it as: bear trend from the open and with a bull reversal. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see if this is loaded. No, it's not loading. Let's use trading view. Trading view. Where's trading view? No, I can't seem to find my. Oh, there we go. All right, so monthly on trading view for MES. Yeah, look at this is still very strong. We might get a bear month. We still have quite a few days in the month, so maybe we might go sideways for a bit. This is still very, very strong, very climatic, and therefore I still think there's still more upside. We're not going to get any major reversals. I mean, look at what happened in the past. We went up for quite a few bars. Where is the? There it is. Oopsie daisy. That's not the tool I want. So I'm not having one of those best days today. Where is the? There it is, date range. So between the breakout, we have roughly about 10, 11 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bars. So 10 bars here on the first leg. The second leg has only printed 5 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bars. So we could still get a bull bar here. I mean, every bar is on top of each other. Every bar is on top. And normally, before we start printing bear bars, you start to see tails are forming at the top of the bars. But this is the only doji here, and everything is just on top. So I still think we're going up. All right, that's the recap for today. And tomorrow, as I said, I am looking to see. This is the monthly. No, still the weekly. As for the rest of the price action, I'm looking to see continuation, at least testing this, and then we'll see how we move from there. I reckon we'll have. Hang on, let me see. There is. Yes, I think we're gonna try and get back up. Yeah, where are my lines? My gap line's missing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, guys, have a good one.